Hey y'all, it's Astra, and welcome to day one of Own Your Gold. And before we get started with this first class, I just want to say how amazing and magical the universe is, because of course the class is called Own Your Gold. Fantastically, I look gold. Um, I usually make audios. It's been a long time since I made a video, and so I set up my Chinese screen behind me and I put a lamp in front of me for I would show up so the room wasn't, dark and I wasn't sort of in the shadow. And something about the shade of the color of the lampshade or the hue of the lampshade is sort of golden glow on me. And I totally had no idea that I was going to look gold for the Own Your Gold class. But it couldn't be more perfect, and I'm amazed, and even look at this, it's like my hands are glowing. I hope this comes out off or this comes out right on the camera, or people might watch it and go, "What is she talking about?" But just know myself in the picture that's coming through my webcam, I'm literally gold in hue, so I'm amazed. So welcome to the Own Your Gold 4-day course. And today is day one, and today I would like to talk to you about self-love. So the Own Your Gold course is designed to give you the foundations um, on which to build your most divinely empowered, abundant self, and to instill your energy or to literally go inside of you and bring out your own inner divine money manifester. Um, because as spiritual people, it is or has been one of the scariest things talk about, to work with, to deal with, to even think about. Um, when it comes to money and thinking about as a money maker and as someone who could possibly business and be a business person and a marketer and a salesperson, as spiritual people with money and making money and having money and dealing with money and handling money and keeping money and saving money and spending money. you know at one point or another, I think we've all gone through different levels of fear um, surrounding every aspect of money. What I'm here on earth to do is to all of that fear energy and really get to the core of what money is, why it's really here, why humans created it in the first place, and to just come out of that fear and out the other side, remembering that money is just a divine creation, a divine physical manifestation of our pure creation energy. Money is a symbol of the fact that we as humans are powerful manifestors, and we are actually able to manifest in the energetic stage all the way through and into the physical stage. Um, Nothing to be feared, but rather it's to be embraced and celebrated and loved, and it's a piece of ourselves. It all comes from within ourselves. In the old earth, way or realm, way of being, by encasing money in so much fear energy, what we were really doing was encasing our own inner divine manifestation powers in fear, ourselves back and keeping ourselves in the closet, getting our amazing gifts, things, our power, our inner creator, We are divine creators. We are divine creators. We are here on earth to divinely create things into the physical, be spirits floating around, But if we said yes to being in bodies, then we also at the same time agreed to be physical manifestors. Manifester isn't someone who just snaps and creates something out of thin air or out of nothing. Um, the process of manifesting is simply revealing that which is already here. I actually looked it up in the dictionary. And to manifest isn't to just, it's not like a magician pulls a rabbit out of a hat, where there was no rabbit before. Of course, the rabbit was there too, so that proves my point anyway. It was just revealing what was already there. So magicians are actually manifestors. um, Literally, like, we don't create money on earth, right? So when we manifest it into our lives, we reveal into our lives the money which is already here for us. So I hope that that clears up what manifesting really is, because I know a lot of people who don't, kind of understand the law of attraction, or to say, oh, manifesting, that's impossible. They're not sort of just really sitting down and getting to the nuts and bolts of what manifesting really is. And action, that is sort of like case in point of what manifesting really is. Um, Always manifesting what's already here. It's all about what we're focusing on. So if you're manifesting quote unquote bad things, or poverty, or lack, I can't afford that. I don't have enough money. There's never enough money. Pulling open the curtain and saying, "Here you go. This is just what you ordered," you know. Um, and it's not that we're even consciously doing that on purpose. It's, as humans, as spiritual people trained in the poverty consciousness, over the last however many centuries. Um, it, it's not on purpose, and we're not doing it to punish ourselves. It's just become an ingrained habit. Just as that habit was learned, was repeated and practiced so much so that it became a normal, quote unquote, part of our existence, much as that has become a habit, we can also then rewind, flip it and reverse it, as Missy Elliott would say, um, start to practice and entrain ourselves in the new way, the new earth way, the high vibrational way of I deserve, and um, I now manifest abundance. I now manifest the money that I know is here, waiting to be revealed. Um, so, and it's not going to take another several centuries to do that, because once you're conscious of it, being aware part expedites the practicing. That, oh, the old way was learned by over many lifetimes of practice, and that was subconscious or unconscious. Once you're aware of that, the awareness sheds the light and already creates a high vibration thing on um, the understanding of, aha, I practiced that, I learned it, it became a habit. I can now and adopt practices for myself in these new, lighter, high vibrational ways of being, and start to focus on desire to manifest instead of what I don't want. Focus on what you don't want, you'll attract more of what you don't want. Focus on what you actually truly desire within your heart and from the depths of your soul. That is what you will start to manifest in your life. One of the first steps and one of the most important foundational pieces of starting to manifest what you do desire and things that will connect you with your joy um, is self-love. It's to start coming from a place of loving yourself daily, hourly, minute by minute. Um, it's like painting yourself into the picture, putting yourself into the story. Um, I like to say putting myself into the equation when it comes to money. We need to put ourselves into the equation. And self love is that it's not really that we ever truly stopped loving ourselves. For myself, what happened, and I'll share a brief synopsis of how I came to the understanding I have about self love, is that over the years, throughout time, throughout seeing examples of this, um, my cats get so excited when I teach classes, they have to come and like be with me, fighting over who's going to lay on the blankie. So if you hear them growling, that's why. I think they're working it out though. Um, so through the years, I because I'm so sensitive to energy, I picked up on people who didn't know how to be happy and who didn't know how to give themselves what they needed in order to feel fulfilled. Um, the word nourished is coming through a lot today. They didn't know how to nourish themselves, feed their spirit, feed their soul, um, you know, um, and connect with their hearts and give themselves what they needed in order to feel taken care of. That was in the old Earth way of being. That was very much a um, phenomenon. Was that things were trained that they find their happiness from outside of themselves, and and in order to live a happy and fulfilled life outside, maybe to another person or maybe to their job or career, um, or maybe to their friends, and they needed to get the word's not even in my vocabulary anymore, so it's not really coming to me. They had to kind of earn the respect of and to kind of be shown a mirror from someone else saying, "Good job, you're doing great. Here's an award you did. Here's some love for what you did. Here's a cookie for what you did." And and we were trained so heavily in this way. Performance reward, so we were never really, or maybe some people were, and fortunately for them, it's a beautiful thing. But so many humans taught that true happiness can only come from within yourself, and it's a choice, and it's a choice that one makes daily, and, there's no way to find happiness outside yourself. If one truly goes through life and happiness outside themselves, they're going to bounce from one thing to the next, always seeking happiness, never finding it, always feeling empty. And that, when you really break it down, that in a nutshell is living in a state of fear, because seeking and seeking, creates the, oh, I'm never going to find happiness. I'm never going to find the right person to be with. I'm never going to find the right house. I'm never going to have the career I've always wanted. I'm never going to, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy of I wish, I wish, I wish, and then it's this sort of like amorphous thing that happiness becomes this thing that's like always sort of a carrot dangling somewhere a little bit ahead of us, and we're sort of go walking down the shadowy path. Get that out of the equation, is to start loving yourself. Create little practices. It doesn't have to be this big, oh, parade of with like cymbals and loud drums banging. It's little daily practices of, like, yesterday, I there's some lemon balm growing in our yard, and I always like look at it, and I rub my fingers on it and smell my fingers, and it's like, oh, it's lemon balm. It's so beautiful. It's so summery and sunshiny smelling, and which is really nice since it's fall and it's very chilly out right now. And I always do that. And then I thought, well, why don't I ever pick the lemon balm and make tea out of it, or add it to some tea that I'm already making? That's a very loving, it's, the earth is here. She's here to give us her gifts, and she's offering me this beautiful medicinal herb that is actually calming and um, connects you with your own inner chemistry of relaxation. And I can either make the decision, I can either ignore that or just basically just go about my day without giving myself this beautiful gift, or I can perform an act of self-love and pick a sprig of this lemon balm and use it to make some tea. And it's just this like, can I really do this for myself? Can I? And it's, I mean, it's amazing that feel, but it did. It was like, wow, I can, I don't have to focus on, posting on Twitter. I don't have to, you know, update my website right now. I can flipping have a cup of tea with lemon balm and just enjoy that and have that be an act of self-love. And it was so nourishing. There's that word again. It was so nourishing for my soul. And and it took less than 30 seconds from the time I picked it, washed it, and put it in the cup. So there's a lot of 30 seconds in a day, right? If we take 30 seconds every hour that we're awake, um, an act of self-love, doesn't it's not a lot, but it's huge. Does that make sense? You know, um, it could be just shutting off the computer and going to sit in your living room on the couch, TV, and just sitting there with your eyes closed. And then what you'll find, I guarantee, is that 30 seconds of sitting will be so pleasant that you'll find yourself going, I could do this for another 30 seconds, and maybe that'll turn into 2 minutes or 5 minutes, or dare I say 7 minutes. Allowing yourself time and space to just be. That's one of the most self-loving acts you could possibly perform. Now take some deep breaths into that. Take 3 deep breaths into that right now. Whew. Mm. Now, your homework for today is to just sit and write down 3 things. 3 things. My shiny golden hand coming at ya. Write down 3 things that you would consider to be an act of self-love. And then go and do the first thing on your list. And then in about an hour, do the second thing on your list. And then in another hour, do the third thing. And again, these can be things that are only 30 seconds long. They can be 10 minutes, whatever feels good in your soul. If you're not used to performing acts of self-love at all, start with 30 seconds and build from there. But do it. It's going to shift everything. And it's going to start that process of creating the new habits for yourself that are going to bring you into alignment with your inner divine money manifester. Thanks, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Do your homework and let me know how it goes.